I think people would like to ask you some questions, but I just like to say one thing to everyone. This session is about Ranbir and his grandfather. So, let's not have anything personal.
There's nothing controversial in my life nowadays. So,
anyway, it's open to whoever wants to ask him anything.
how do we do this?
I could get up.
ये कैसे करें हम?
There's a girl there who stood up first. I think she's been standing through the whole session waiting to put her hand up.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a
mic
mic
दे सकते
here.
हैं? Okay, we'll get to you. Let's just finish up.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fantastic.
Hello,
Hi.
Okay,
I'm here. Hi Ranbir, this is Sanchita.
Hi, Sanchita.
I'm a film student from Pune.
Oh, nice.
And since
What are you doing?
BA filmmaking, an undergrad course.
Nice.
Yes. So since you have went to film school and you have learned direction, what is that one movie of Raj Kapoor that you think you could have directed in a different way?
I would have directed every film in a different way, but all of them would have been atrocious. So it's not. But I think if I had to pick a film of his that I would like to remake, I don't believe in remakes. I believe that a film is made to its best of its capabilities, and you should not touch it, and especially Raj Kapoor's films. But I would love to have a take on Shri Char Sovis. Like I said, it's my favorite film.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
you.
Ravi, sir.
Anji,
Sir,
one second. We'll just finish on. We'll come to you. One second. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Can you hear me now?
Yes, of course.
Fantastic. My name is Nandita Parker.
Hi, Nandita.
I'm a former fund manager turned full-time ocean conservationist.
Wow.
And the reason I got here to this point is because I understood the ocean crisis as an existential threat to humanity. I really love the work that your grandfather did, your father did, and of course you. And my daughter's a big fan as well. One of the biggest issues that Gen Z is facing is this anxiety about climate change, anxiety about not being able to do anything about the environment. So when I look back at your grandfather's legacy, I feel like he really tackled issues that were front burner, difficult for people to understand unless they were done at a Bollywood stage, at a movie. And I'm asking you, are you touched by the ocean crisis? Are you touched by climate change? Are you touched with the disaster that we're making of our environment and of this beautiful planet that is our home, enough to be able to make an impact through your films?
You know, ma'am,
That's the question.
I'll be honest with you, I am even more worried and touched now since I am a father and I have to think of, my child's life and what it's going to be for her after so many years. So yes, as cinema people, as artists, it's our moral responsibility, to make movies that entertain people. Of course, that's one set of movies, but also, I think knowledge is such a large thing that, we need to put out there. What can be done? What's going wrong? So many people don't even know what's right or what's wrong. You go on social media and you watch a reel or you read a headline and it can be very misleading. So I think knowledge is something that the awareness is very important, and if I can create any awareness for anything, not just, ocean related, for anything that will protect the planet, I think it's all our moral responsibility to do that.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I have created a beautiful virtual reality experience on the oceans,
Okay.
right here in a white tent.
Okay.
It's India's first ever.
Okay.
I funded it and I brought it to India.
Well, that's it.
I
mean,
would
you're
love
starting
for
the
you to
movement.
come.
I'll definitely
and
stop by.
You have to come and stop by, and I invite everybody. It's free. It's a huge investment. Please stop.
Thank you. Thank you so much. हाँ जी, मैं आपकी आवाज़ सुन सकता हूँ सर.
Raj Kapoor sir's movies, like they're all very, very famous in Russia. What I'm asking is, at the time there are no subtitles, yeah, but the songs are very good and he was a hit. What was the reason he became a hit in Russia? Subtitles were not there. What attracted Russians to like them? Of course, the songs were extraordinary. All the songs were hit songs. I'm listening to the song from the age of 5, Dum Dum Digga Digga and all. So how it became success in Russia?
I think, sir, there are various reasons. Of course, music is something which always touches anybody. You don't need to know the language, you know, as long as the melody, the singing. Music is such an art form that really, you know, touches your soul. But I think also the characters and the stories he made films on, it's something which was universally appealing. Not just the Soviet Union, you know, if it's Eastern Europe, if it was the Middle East, if it was Southeast Asia. I remember when I was a student in New York, I used to wait for cab drivers who were from Russia or Ukraine, because whenever they got to know that I was from the Raj Kapoor family, they gave me a free ride. They never took money from me. So I was always, you know, I used to hail a cab and I used to first ask, where are you from? And if he said Russia, I used to sit in the cab and start a conversation. You know, I mean, that was his impact. You know, like I said, I went to a film school in New York. When they were talking about the Kislovskis and all the filmmakers from around the world, they were also mentioning Raj Kapoor and Guru Dutt, you know. So that was his impact, and his impact was only through his work, the movies he made.
Hello, Ranbir sir.
Hello, sir. Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah, Ranbir sir. Today we have got everywhere the part 2 like that and all. Was there any story for Mera Naam Joker to be done in 2 parts instead of
I think Rahul uncle would be able to answer this
On
question.
what?
Was there a part 2 for Mera Naam Joker?
There was
2 intervals. Was there anything considered for 2 parts to get in release like that, those times?
There was to be a second part for which the script was kind of done, and we recorded a song also. But I think after the first one didn't work, we decided not to make it.
Hello, Ranbir sir. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Yesterday,
मैम एक सेकंड में इनके बाद आपके पास आता हूँ, आप माइक आपको दे देंगे. हाँ जी.
yesterday we had a master class with Mr. Anupam K. He told us, anyone who can lie, he can act. Now, as a phenomenal actor, you are. How big liar you are?
You know, I don't think, I know I've heard that statement a lot, that if you can lie, you can act. Because I don't think acting is lying, because at least I speak for myself. Whenever I'm acting, if I'm not completely honest to the moment that I'm performing, if I'm not present, if I'm not really flowing as an artist, I've always seen that the result has not been good. Whenever I have gone home after a day of shoot, and I've been thinking about a shot, okay, what was the shot today? And if I really don't know, if I'm very vague about it, okay, what happened? That means I was not really superficially seeing myself from a long shot, you know, I was really present. So I don't really truly endorse that statement that if you can lie, you can act. But acting is not that hard a job, you know. Today there are such good institutes, there's such good teachers. Watching movies is also such a great teacher. That anybody who has an aspiration to become an actor, it is hard work, of course. It's not as glamorous as it looks. But there are also certain skills that you develop over a period of years. And once you develop those skills, then it is the quest to unskill yourself, because you become so predictable that you're not interesting anymore. So it's quite, you know, ironical as, you know, acting early on and acting after 20 years. You know, you have your challenges all the time.
Love you, sir.
Sir, hello.
Ma'am, we can't hear you. हाँ जी, वो सुन लिया, लेकिन आपका क्वेश्चन सुनेंगे जरा.
हेलो, मैं ये बताना चाह रही हूँ कि विविध भारती मुंबई से रोज़ कोई ऐसा दिन नहीं होता है जबकि राज कपूर साहब का गाना न बजता हो, सुबह से शाम तक, रात तक, 24 घंटे. और उस समय रोज़ राज कपूर साहब को याद किया जाता है. मैं ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि आपके चाहने वाले बहुत सारे हैं, हम सब उनमें शुमार हैं, लेकिन राज कपूर से जुड़ी हुई एक कोई ख़ास याद आप बताइए, और साथ में हमें बताइए कि राज कपूर साहब से एक्टिंग की कौन सी बड़ी बारीक सी बात आपने सीखी है.
मैम, ऐसे तो बहुत सारे उदाहरण हैं, बट मुझे एक पल याद है कि चिंबूर में जब पार्टीज होती थी, तो हम जब बच्चे थे हम भी वहाँ जाते थे, और बहुत सारे लोग होते थे फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के, सब वहाँ मौजूद होते थे. और जहाँ वो रहते थे, एक बड़ा सा गार्डन हुआ करता था, और क्योंकि हम बच्चे थे तो हम नंगे पैर वहाँ खेला करते थे. तो once I was bitten by a lot of red ants, and this was like in the middle of the night, and Mr. Raj Kapoor was in the middle of the party and having a great time. But having seen कि I was in some form of pain and trouble, उन्होंने खुद मुझे उठाया, उनके बाथरूम लेकर गए, मेरे पैर धोने लगे. So that's one moment I really remember. आपका दूसरा क्वेश्चन क्या था?
राज कपूर साहब से एक्टिंग की कौन सी बारीकी आपने सीखी?
I think मैं यहाँ honestly बताना चाहूँगा कि I was a bigger fan of Raj Kapoor as a director than an actor. I've been a very big fan of my father's work as an actor. But I think उनकी आँखों में अगर उनका, of course वो एक stylized actor थे, एक तरीका था उनका जैसे जब वो एक रोल को अप्रोच करते थे. But I think जो असलियत उनकी आँखों में दिखती थी, जो ऑनेस्टी उनकी आँखों में दिखती थी, वो बहुत मुश्किल से आती है. Because I'm a working professional myself, मुझे ये एहसास होता है कि उनकी आँखें कभी आप कभी झूठ नहीं देख सकते थे उनकी आँखों में. So I think that was something.
Ranbir, I have a question to ask you. अगर साहब अभी होते, तो which is your performance you would appreciate the most? Come on, this is enough for you to think.
I think out of the 20 odd films I've done, Rahul Uncle, one film where I was very, very inspired by him was a film called Barfi. I don't know if it would be his kind of cinema. Actually, he was a man of every kind of cinema. But I would definitely like to show him that film and have a discussion on that.
And your father?
Which film of his?
Which film of yours would you think is? I know he was very, very. He was on seventh heaven when he saw Barfi.
Yes. No, actually he didn't. I remember when he saw Barfi, he called me after the trial. This was a day before release. And he was like, हाँ रणवीर तू एक्टिंग तो अच्छी कर लेता है, but अभी आर्ट फिल्म्स करना बंद कर.
ये तो पता है.
I remember जब रॉकस्टार रिलीज हुई थी, again he called me a day before the release and he said, वो एंड में लड़की वापस आ जाती है कि मर जाती है? So he was always, he always was fond of complete films.
I know at one film of yours, it was a premiere and I met him तो फिर जब फिल्म खत्म हुई, जब बाहर निकले तो सब खड़े थे, डायरेक्टर भी था, सब लोग खड़े थे.
No, that's the thing about creative artists. He was so perceptive. मुझे याद है कि जब मैं सावरिया की शूटिंग कर रहा था, मेरी पहली पिक्चर थी, मिस्टर संजय लीला बंसाली डायरेक्टर थे, और हम करजत में शूट कर रहे थे. तो पापा had come one day to see the shooting. और जब वो सेट पे आए तो ऐसा सब जगह ऐसे देखने लगे और उन्होंने कहा कि ये जो बड़ा बुद्धा का हेड है यहाँ क्यों पड़ा है, इतने सारे विंडोज हैं, लोग कहाँ हैं, सिर्फ तू और सोनम क्यों सड़कों पे ऐसे चलते जा रहे हैं, रात क्यों है, दिन कब होगा. So he asked me these certain questions and I didn't really have answers. I was like, you're old school now, this is really cool filmmaking and all of that. But I remember he sat in the car and he told my mom कि ये picture कभी चलने नहीं वाली. You cannot alienate your audience with place and time. There has to be some relatability. And again, उस वक्त मुझे I didn't value what he said, but I completely understand what he meant.
Sir.
Hello.
So myself, Adarsh from Kerala. So I'm not that good in Hindi, but I'm a huge fan of your grandfather's songs. Okay, whenever I get a chance, I used to sing this song. Okay, so what do you think explains the enduring popularity of किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो किसी के वास्ते है तेरे जीना इसी के नाम है. Over generation, I'm a 90s kid. I'm a huge fan of you, grandfather.
Thank you. I'm an 80s kid too, and that's my anthem. It's my favorite song. The first song that I made my daughter Raha here was किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार. I think अगर very simply, if you just hear the lyrics of the song, it's so simple, and it's definitely a great philosophy to live your life by.
Hello sir, I'm the last bencher.
Where are you?
Last bencher. I love your all films, sir. In 2024, how the man or boy should be like a wake-up seat, like a bunny, or like a run Vijay Singh?
I think you said a boy. I think a boy and a girl should just be themselves. They don't have to be anybody. Who they are, genuinely and honestly, is what stands out. So don't try and be anything, just be a version of yourself.
Hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hello, sir. Hello.
हेलो नमस्ते सर आई एम डॉक्टर हरीश फ्रॉम कर्नाटका। आपका जो भी फिल्म है बहुत अच्छा किया है, हम सभी देखे हैं। जैसे अभी अभी उन्होंने बोला राज कपूर साहब का जो भी गाना था, और हिंदुस्तान में क्या होता है, खाना सोना बाद में, फिल्म तो होना ही होना है। उसमें पहले ज़माने में जो भी गाना होते थे स्क्रिप्ट की साथ साथ चलते थे। अभी ऐसा नहीं है, एक फिल्म है तो 6 गाना होना है, 3 आउट ऑफ कंट्री में होना है। मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे ये है, जो आपका संजू का अभी एनिमल का आया है, आजकल कैसा हो गया, जो ग्लोरीफाई करके कुछ सिर्फ फिल्म्स आ रहा है, जो शो जैसे जो गनबाजी का जो भी हो रहा है, शायद वो हर दिन में हर मन में एक अच्छा बुरा मन रहता है, मगर सोसाइटी का कुछ ज़्यादा नेगेटिव ही हो रहा है। जो भी हो जाए गुस्से से झगड़े से वो हो सकता है, ऐसा मैसेज तो जा रहा है। जब आप कहानी सुनते हैं, पब्लिक जो देखता है उसको करके गया तो ऐसा फिल्म तो ज़्यादा नहीं आना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से। पहले ज़माने में गाने होते थे, फीलिंग्स होते थे, अच्छा कहानी होते थे। आपका क्या रहा?
Sir, can you stick to asking questions, not opinions, please?
मैं आपके ओपिनियन से बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ। यू नो, आई थिंक एज एन एक्टर ये हमारा फ़र्ज़ है कि दैट यू मेक मूवीज़ विच ब्रिंग अ पॉजिटिव चेंज टू द सोसाइटी। But having said that, मैं एक एक्टर हूँ and it's very important that I also dabble in different genres, different characters, अलग-अलग तरीके के किरदार प्रस्तुत करूँ। And I think, sorry.
No.
So yeah, but what you're saying is absolutely correct. We have to be more responsible towards the kind of films we make.
Hello sir. Hello sir. Last, if you can see me.
One second, sir.
Hello.
Please. We have very short time. We have a lot of people who have questions. Please keep the questions at the minimal so that he can reply to more people.
Hello sir. Hello.
जी सर, आप बोलिए
I
सर।
have 2 questions.
हाँ जी।
First question is about the Holi party.
जी।
Arcade studio. It
जी,
used to
जी।
be very famous. Do you have some memories about that? If you can.
सर मुझे याद है कि क्योंकि मैं तो काफ़ी छोटा था, तो मेरे लिए बहुत डरावना सा एक माहौल था, क्योंकि सब ऐसे काले रंग बिरंगे, यू नो, सबको ऐसे वो टैंकर में फेंका जा रहा है। तो यू विल हैव बेटर मेमोरीज एंड बेटर थिंग्स टू स्पीक अबाउट द होली पार्टी।
You're right about that. Some kale नीले पीले food and it used to be a great celebration.
And what I heard, Rahul uncle, is not just the actors and actresses. It was everybody from the film industry. You know, every camera person, you know, the people who were working in production. Everybody used to come and celebrate.
Everybody used to come there, but then gradually, why Ratha stopped it was that it became too much of a crowd, became unmanageable. Because anybody just walk in, so then.
Sir, one more question I have.
Hello sir. Hello sir in the back. Hello.
Please,
Hello sir.
please.
One sec.
हाँ जी, आप बोलिए।
This girl.
I'll come back.
Hello, sir.
I'll come back. I promise.
Yeah.
Hello sir, my name is Raj. I'm studying editing at FTI Pune.
Nice.
So like it was a great pleasure for me to know that your great grandfather was like a editor also.
Yes.
So like you said that you have also like gone to a film school at
Ji.
New York. How much do you think of editing and how much have you edited? Like what is like your life as an editor?
It is the most important aspect of filmmaking is editing. Once you start writing the story, shooting a movie is just execution. You just go and you know the story, you've prepared it, you've made your short breakdown, you've rehearsed with the actors. You know, of course, it's also hard work, but you go and shoot it. But the editing process is something which really truly makes a movie. You can change a movie, you can change how the audience is meant to feel, what you want the audience to feel, from whose perspective you want them to feel. And I think editing does that. So editing, and I've heard this from a lot of great filmmakers, that it is the most important aspect of filmmaking. I'm sure Mr. Kishore Kumar also agrees to that.
So, thank you sir. Sir, on your right.
Yeah, go ahead. आप ऐसे ही बोलो।
So can we see you directing the biography of
Raj Kapoor, Mr. Raj Kapoor.
Actually, I have thought about this a lot. I have spoken to various filmmakers like Mr. Bansali and different filmmakers, having a take on how do you make a film on Mr. Raj Kapoor's life. You see, a biopic is not something that you just highlight the success factor or the highs in a person's life. You truly have to portray someone's life honestly, showing the lows, showing the struggles, showing the relationship dynamics. So it's a very tough biopic to make. Most of the things, I don't know if my family will agree also, to show this side of Raj Kapoor. But I think it'll definitely make into a great movie. So it's definitely back in my mind.
And I also want to have one request. Can I get your autograph, please?
Of course, we'll finish this analysis.
One minute. This is the last question we'll take.
Sir,
all right?
on your right, sir. Ranbir sir, on your right. Sir.
मैं आता हूँ आपके पास. Thanks, sir.
I'm all the way from Bangalore. South people just love your acting and your grandfather's legacy. My question is, you might definitely have inspiration from your grandfather, but does your grandfather also have an inspiration from any of the South stars?
Of course, he was a contemporary of Mr. A&R, NTR, and so many great actors, actresses, directors working at that time. He was a big fan of Charlie Chaplin, he was a big fan of Orson Welles. You know who he was a fan of. He always was in touch with Mr. Satyajit Ray. He always wanted to collaborate with him. So I think there was a lot of brotherhood at that time, when people were making films at that era. People were constantly supporting each other, going for each other's premieres, rooting for each other's movies. वो ज़्यादातर अभी दिखता नहीं है, but उस ज़माने में तो ऐसा बहुत होता था. I'm extremely excited, and even now, when he is my godfather, everything I know about films, everything I know about acting, it's something that I learned from him. So for me, I'm working with him again after 17 years. It still feels the same. I'm still in awe of him. I respect him so much. And he hasn't changed at all. He's somebody who's extremely hardworking. All he thinks about is his movies. He just wants to speak about the character. He just wants you to create, do something different. So extremely excited, and he's very excited that it's going to be the 100th birth year of Mr. Raj Kapoor. And I'm just putting in a little more information because I had to seed this in, that, with NFDC, NFAI, my uncle Kunal Kapoor, and the Film Heritage Foundation, we have started restoring his films. We have done 10 films so far, and we still have much more to do. So we are going to have a film festival on 13th, 14th and 15th of December. All over India, we're going to release his movies. So I'm really hopeful that, you guys check out his work. Because there's so many people who haven't really seen his work. I remember the first time I met Alia, she asked me, who is Kishore Kumar? So, it's just the circle of life, It's like people are forgotten and then the new artists come. So I think it's very important that, we remember, our roots. Not just Mr. Raj Kapoor, there's so many filmmakers and so many different artists who we should constantly celebrate. And I'm really, grateful towards IFFI, for doing this, that it should be done more often for more people.